What's up YouTube, Insta Marvels here, back for another video. First of all, I would like to say thank you to all the response, the views, the subscribes that I get in the recent weeks, and I was not expecting that. I am humbled, and with almost 3,000 views, I didn't expect to get this much of a views with all my simple content, but yeah, it drives me to making other content and videos for YouTube, with all my amateur skills and all that. But yeah, I'll try and still learning. And this is another content for you, which I would like to share with you my top 10 most favorite Marvel Legends by ToyBiz's. I would not say this is the best, but it just in my personal opinion, this is my top 10 list. Started with the one that you already seen here. It's a Colossus from the Marvel Legends Series 5, released back in 2003. I remember when I was get this one from eBay, back in my early days of collecting. I really love the figures. I really love the, articulations and all. It's for a figure that is kind of big, it still feels like toyetic, and actually it's still my favorite Colossus up until I get the 2-pack with the Juggernaut. And here's a little bit comparison with the Hasbro version that we recently get. I love both of it, and moving on to number 9. Here's my favorite AntMan from ToyBiz's. It was from a Giant series released back in 2007, I believe. Same year that I get the first wave from Hasbro, I think. It was Scotland actually, and it was, my sons love it as well because of the removable helmet. The Scotland face was good, it's not bad at all for a figure that was released in 2007. For me, I think this one is still stand the test of time, and maybe still my favorite Ant-Man figure to date. And here is a little bit comparison with the Hasbro retro card Ant-Man, which is Hank Pym, I believe. Same height, same colorway. Love both of this figure, but the ToyBiz's one still holds a special place in my heart and in my display, of course. And moving on to number 8. This is Beast, from the Marvel Legends Series 4, released back in 2003. I get this one from my wife now, my girlfriend back in the day. Now she's my wife, and as much as I love the Hasbro release of these figures, I still think that it was the best incarnation of Beast in 6-inch, with the articulated jaw and all. And I still put him in one of my main displays as well. Love the dark colorway on the blue. And here's a comparison with the Beast that we get recently from the Caliban wave from Hasbro. I don't know, I love this as well, but the ToyBiz's one still hold a special place in my heart as well. I don't know why, but the new one is kind of a bit more poppy and all. But yeah, I think this is one of my favorite ToyBiz's figures that stand the test of time, I think. Moving on to number 7. on my list would be the astonishing Wolfram. It was from the Apocalypse series released back in 2005 thing. When it was first arrived, I remember myself thinking, okay, finally we get a proper size of Wolfram figures, which the first one is, I think it's kind of too big, and the brown one in the previous series was a bit, you know, too bulky or anything. But when it was released, okay, but I don't realize that it might be a bit small, but since it was on the Astonishing series, he was in scale with the later release Cyclops from Hasbro and Beast, those ugly cat, you know, ugly face beasts, you know. And yeah, I still like this one, but turns out he came a bit smaller than what I was expecting later. He also have a variant in the unmasked one from ToyBiz's. And here's a quick comparison with the previous Marvel Legends Series 3 Wolverine, which is a bit bigger, and the Wolverine that we get from Hasbro from the Apocalypse series. Yeah, this is like my go-to Wolverine, this one, and also the 3-pack that came later with a brighter colorway. Next, on number 6, we're halfway there. The 6th spot was given to the Hawkeye from the Marvel Legends Series 7, released back in 2004. You know, back in the day, he was one of the hard to find Hawkeye, and a bit more expensive than some of his friends that I got in the ToyBiz's era. He came, of course, with a bow and arrow here, and with some kind of vehicle that I put it somewhere here, you know. But you know, I also love this figures, like one of the grails back in the day. I don't know if you already consider it as a grails or not back in the day in the ToyBiz's collecting era. And here's a comparison with the Hasbro version that we got in the retro carded one. Yeah, this one definitely replaced the old version. Love the newer one as well, but this one is like one of my grails back in the day. Moving on to number 5. This is my favorite AntMan figures from ToyBiz's. It was a very retro looking one from the Marvel Legends Series 1, the first wave that have ever released by ToyBiz's back in 2002. I love it that it was coming with the removable faceplate here. Like most people lose this one, but thankfully I can still keep it up until now. And a lot of people say that this is one of their go-to classic AntMan. And it was very toyetic as well. You know, the articulation was later used as well by Magneto in the Series 3 of ToyBiz's. You know, I don't know why, but I still love these figures up until now. It's considered a classic maybe now. And here's a bit comparison with the Marvel Legends 80th anniversary that we just got like 2 years ago maybe from Hasbro, which is cool, of course. moving on to number 4. This one is actually not from the Marvel Legends wave, but this one is from the Spider-Man Classic wave that was released in 2004. I think all of you know this one is the Spider-Man McFarlane from the Spider-Man Classic release 2004. This is actually my main Spider-Man that I was using up until the retro carded Spider-Man was released last year, I think. Here's a bit comparison with that one, but you know that this one still holds a special place in the display as well. Maybe I'm going to do another ToyBiz's dedicated shelf for my Marvel Legends collection. And actually I did not put any buffs in here, so you're not going to see the likes of Giant Man or Onslaught or Apocalypse or Mojo or Modoc from ToyBiz's in here, but you gotta see like 6-inch counterparts, like spin-off of the Marvel Legends wave. And there's a bit comparison with the, I just realized that they're on the same height. Moving on to the third spot in my favorite ToyBiz's Legends, here is Captain America from the Face Off series back in 2006 that came with the Red Skull, and the variants came with the Baron von Strucker, I think, if I remember correctly. This one also stand the test of time up until the 80th anniversary. Captain America came in 2019, still my favorite Captain America up until 2019, and maybe it's actually one of the grills I consider grills that I got back in early days of collecting. And there's the comparison with the Captain America that we recently get in the 80th anniversary, the Alex Ross version, which I love so much. And moving on to the runner-up, the second spot of my most favorite Marvel Legends. And this one actually came from the Fantastic Four Classic era, which is, the Dragon Man is considered one of the most grails for Legends collector, I think. I don't know, but it was really a fantastic figure. The sculpt and the the details and so much work that they put into these figures, the articulations, I think it was released back in 2006 if I remember correctly, and I was lucky that I got it back in around 2011 or 12 for around 170 bucks, I think. The price is already skyrocketed now. And for this one, actually, I cannot give you a comparison to any Dragonman figures, because this is, up until now, it's the only Dragonman figures that was ever released on 6-inch or Legend scale. And I don't really wish for an updated version of him by Hasbro, because I don't know that it would be this cool and this detail. But yeah, you'll never know. And moving on to the top spot, which is my personal favorite Marvel Legends from ToyBiz's, which is Deadpool from Marvel Legends 6 back in 2004. He actually came with this dupe figures, considered one of the grails as well. I still love this one, and it still feels very toyetic up until now, with so many weapons. They gave like 2 swords, 2 guns, 3 I think. Yeah, I think it still holds special place in the display. And this is a comparison with my favorite Hasbro Deadpool, the 90s version of Deadpool that we get back in 2017 from the Sasquatch wave, I think. Yeah. So yeah, that's my top 10 most favorite Toy Biz Legends figures. I don't know, please give your comment, click your like, subscribe, and give your opinion to the comment section. And have you guys pre-ordered the Haslab Galactus yet? Did you get that one or not? Please give me your opinion then. Actually, I just pre-ordered it, like 3 of it, 2 for my friends and 1 for me. I cannot wait to get that, but you know, I gotta put some special display for him, I think, and the Sentinel, because I don't want to do it with, I don't want to put it in my existed already adjusted shelf that I got now. So yeah, this is my top 10 personal favorite Marvel Legends from ToyBiz's. Wherever you are, guys, still the same. I hope you all stay safe and stay healthy. Excelsior!